and Travis here from the Wolf HunterZ. We have a reaction video for you guys. Our social media platforms are below in the description box, along with our website and this link. That's where you can submit your reaction request. Today's video is brought to you guys by Guy Whitey Corn Good, bringing us An Easter Story by Maynard Keenan and
Pusifer.
Yes.
Pusifer.
Guy Whitey Corn Good says this is the GOAT. Goat. I'm botching this. Maynard Keenan from TooL, A Perfect Circle, Pusifer, and more. Dropping some knowledge and wisdom for the holiday. This was originally posted by Maynard in 2021, but I waited to submit this until you heard his Los Angeles hatred in the Enema track from last month, which helps explain why in the early 2000s he moved to and bought a ghost town in Arizona and began building a winemaking and produce empire.
If you could buy any kind of town, that's so cool.
The video is shot on its land. The rest of the note is for us. So, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Hit the like button, subscribe.
There's just a little extra note there.
A little extra.
We were just reading that. All right, let's do this.
Several years back, during one of our beautiful Arizona springs, I had a bit of a aha reminder moment while walking the ducks from their bunkhouse over to the orchard pond. Once they take a quick swim and eat their breakfast, they tend to circulate all around the orchard throughout the day, eating new weed growth and bugs. And I do a roll call, coming and going.
Do people eat duck eggs?
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
Is that very similar to eating a chicken egg?
It's larger than a chicken egg.
It's larger? Is it the same taste or different taste?
I've never tasted a duck egg.
How often do they lay eggs? Do you know?
I do not know that either.
Do you guys know?
To count the ducks, because we have predators at night, and we risk losing a duck if they're left behind. And this particular evening, I was short one, so I did my due diligence. I poked around the pond, under the peach and apricot trees, along the fence line, and eventually I found Larry, one of our first ducks that we raised from a duckling, hiding in the rosemary. Normally all the ducks lay their eggs in the bunkhouse and then head out for the day, but she was sitting on eggs in one of the shrubs, and had
making sure you don't take
fish her out. It immediately reminded me of Easter egg hunting as a child, and a lesson that I'd learned from a local farmer and neighbor. She explained to me that this ritual of searching for eggs was not random, although to most modern folk it seems to be just that, a random non sequitur ritual. She said that the reason for most people's opinion on this matter is because every grocery store, everywhere, has eggs available year-round. 6-packs, 12-packs, 18-packs, every color, every shape.
They also used to be 68 cents.
They're not cheap.
Now they're $7, $8.
And, you know, because they are so readily and abundantly available year-round, we forget the struggles of a time period when they were not. There was a time when egg laying was directly associated with spring and new growth and rebirth and survival and the perpetuation of all creatures who had survived the long winter. Of course, the perpetuation of these ducks relied on their eggs not being found by other winter survivors, obviously, so they would cleverly hide them from the predators. It was a fairly simple story of to be or not to be in basic survival, and one which, in my opinion, we have lost touch with.
A widow duckling. Have you ever seen baby duck feet?
I feel like someone goes through the trouble for that.
In a way, Easter egg hunt is a
egg live.
cognitive and
Have to.
Can't eat
situational
it.
awareness
No.
survival training for
Well,
our
if
kids,
it's fertilized, you wouldn't eat it
as well
anyway.
as serving as muscle memory for times when we might need it most. Eggs are the last item in your refrigerator to go bad, and this has everything to do with their shape and the absence of corners, that idea, that metaphor of infinity and regeneration. Thermal density and the interplay between subtle, almost imperceptible heat and cold enjoy
They're quick.
uninterrupted, random movement inside that infinite surface of the egg. So kind of a survival of its own. And an appropriate symbol for the vernal equinox
They're having a party.
of the new light
They are.
that it brings, resulting in everything springing to life.
That's some like
Keep
cool
in mind, this
information.
period of time arrives on the heels of a long period of darkness. If a family had a difficult growing season that affected the harvest from the previous autumn or the fall equinox, surviving the long night could prove difficult, and on the shortest and darkest day of the year, at the end of December, known as the winter solstice, family, friends, neighbors, they bring each other gifts to ensure they make it through. These were gifts of hope, and in some cases, literal salvation. As romantic a notion as it is, we are not islands, and we cannot always do this thing called life on our own. The cliche, "it takes a village to raise a child," also applies to maintaining a healthy village. There's a breathtaking celestial event that serves as a perfect metaphor for this healthy community ideology known as the Paschal Moon. This is the full moon following the spring equinox when it lands in April. It's called the egg moon, not coincidentally. If one has a clear view of opposite horizons, there's an incredible moment that can occur just at sunrise when the egg moon is visible. For a brief moment, the moon appears to be as bright as the sun, and they seem identical.
Wow.
Using the cycle of the moon as a metaphor for the lifetime of a person, and the waxing thin sliver of light as their awakening consciousness, and the formation of self, and the waning light as our elder years. Then the full moon represents that fully developed self, the full light of our accomplishments and personality shining for all to see. But in reality, this is not the person's or the moon's light at all.
Duckies.
It's the infinite light from a higher power, the sun. And we are simply reflecting that light, which, in the instance of spring, is the bringer of life, rebirth, reproduction, resurrection, reconnection, of salvation, of infinity, and of hope. Have a happy Easter.
Dang, look at all them eggs.
That was really cool. I really enjoyed learning that stuff.
Yeah.
That was really informative.
Yeah.
Stop.
Not formal at all.
Oh my gosh. It's the paint chemicals. We've been painting all day. That's
Yeah,
what it
see?
is. Thank you so much for
That
that,
was
guy,
fun.
Mighty Corn Good. Yeah.
I love seeing all the widow duckies and seeing them from, hatching out of their eggs till later.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Thank you guys for hanging out. If you enjoyed hanging out, like and subscribe. You can check out this link below to request your personal reaction video. Stay tuned. Stay positive.
We love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
I just wanna pay my way. I just wanna